Procreate also has adjustments here like curves and color balance and gradient maps and things like that. And I haven't talked a whole lot about that because I don't use them a lot myself, but I wanted to give you guys a few other kind of tricks here just so you've got some options to choose from. And these adjustments, only affect the layer that we're talking about. So I've turned off everything above my rendering, and I've got a couple of mistakes up there you can see, but I want a copy of this. I want a copy of what I'm looking at right now. And so I'm going to go to my actions over here, and on the add section up here at the top, right here at the bottom is copy canvas. So at the top we've got add, canvas, share, video. Go to add and then copy canvas. We're going to go to a new layer, 3-finger swipe, paste. And what this does is it gives us a single layer, which I only have that one layer right now visible, that has everything that's visible on that canvas. Now we excluded the inks and all the special effects from this for a reason, because I didn't want to include those in the next step. So let's say I want to render some light using a curves adjustment, for example. So let's duplicate this layer so we've got a copy of it. So once I've duplicated my layer, I'm going to go to the adjustments, go to curves, and let's add a point, say right around there, and I'm going to pull this up. We're going to brighten all of this. And I don't know, let's get it right to about here. This page is already pretty bright, so I probably wouldn't do this on my own actual page, but I'm going to add another dot here just by clicking it and pull this down a little bit. I only really want the brightest parts to get a lot brighter, but you can leave that where it was. It works either way. So now we've got two versions of this page. We have the version that we duplicated that is now brighter, and we've got the version underneath. So let's put a mask on this layer and fill it with black. And that's going to effectively hide everything on that layer. So the layer is visible, but we're not seeing it because the mask is masking it. It's doing its job. So now while the layer mask is selected, I'm going to make sure I have them on white up here. Go to my brush. And now anywhere that I brush, I'm going to get that brighter version of this page. Okay, and again, I'm doing this kind of quickly, and it's nasty and ugly. But you get the idea. It's a good way to get some detail in very quickly when you don't want to think about the color very much. And so here, this is really subtle. I probably should have pumped it up a little more. But it's a nice way to get some real quick lighting and shadows without having to choose a bunch of lighting and shadow colors. You can do the same thing with shadows, for example. So let's say I merge all of this back together, make a copy of this layer, duplicate it again, go back to the actions again, back to curves, and this time we'll pull down to darken the dark parts. Again, looking very dramatic compared to where it was. We can also tint this at this point. We could pull this to warm it up or cool off those darker areas. So let's say we warm it up a little bit. Again, I can click that layer, put a mask on it, fill that mask with black. And now I can go into the layer mask on that darker layer and paint those deep shadows in just with white. And again, this sort of completely changes the vibe of the page, but it's just an example I wanted to give you guys. Most of all the other adjustments here, these are all adjustments that I would typically do at the end for things like color balance, the gradient map, those sort of things. So again, if you want to do those, I would recommend going into actions, going to copy canvas, so you have a new version of the whole drawing on top, 3-finger swipe, paste, and that is what you can then go in and do your color adjustments on. We can tint it green, we can tint it magenta, and that way we're getting kind of everything here, as opposed to, trying to figure out which layer to do this on or do it in a specific way. And so again, it completely changes the feel and tone of these images without having to repaint anything. And remember, you can control where these go. Entire panels. Say I like this effect on the inside, but I don't like what it did to my, panel 1. Go down to your panels, automatic, choose the panel. And you could just clear it. You could clear that part and it would just clear that part out. Or you could put a mask on it. There's a bunch of ways to do that. Being able to merge everything down to one layer like that is also important if you're wanting to use Procreate's blurs and things like that. Most of the time in comics, even if I'm using Clip Studio or Photoshop or whatever, I will tend to do those sort of effects on a single layer. And so again, like, so if I undo, let's say, to just this layer, when it's all on one layer like this, I can create my selection here. And when I apply those, the blurs, the motion blurs, the Gaussian blurs, all that stuff, it's applying it all, and that really gives me a headache. But it's applying it across all of the layers, which is typically what you would want. Let me delete that before I give us all a headache. And you can experiment too with different blending modes when that happens. For example, you'll get different effects, which can sometimes be good, sometimes be too much. Fun to play with.